Hi, I'm Carmen. Welcome back to my channel, Happy Beaver Custom Carvings. I'm going to do a cute little one-day project today on this gorgeous piece of cedar. Of course, I'm going to cut it down. And I'm going to put this little saying on here that a customer sent to me, did the graphic on it, put it on rapid resizer so I can make it the size that it's actually going to be and be able to lay it out easier. So let's get started. I'm going to start out by laying my design out on the board so I can make sure that I have enough board to have borders on each side that are congruent. And now I'm going to use the right angle to make sure that my lines are straight and at a right angle from the borders that I create. Easiest way to do this is with this large right angle. Now it's time to cut the board down with the miter saw. So it's not as easy as it would be if it were a straight board. I have to make sure my lines are exactly correct. And as you can see, I forgot to turn on the dust extractor, so I have to clean up my mess. But I have turned it on now. Just measuring it out, make sure it's still exactly the way that I want. And my lines were a little bit off, so I'm remarking. And if everything turns out right, after this cut, we will have a board will set up on its side and it will be level. And it's level. Ooh, this raggedy nub has got to go. I'm taking off all this fuzzy bark with these chisels, and that's going to make my sanding process a whole lot easier. I won't have like little cedar hairs flying everywhere. This does get messy though. I'm planing off both sides of the board so that it's nice and flat when it goes to the laser. I have had a board that wasn't flat and my laser stopped mid-program because the housing hit the board. Making some corners with the bandsaw. I like the bandsaw. The corners don't have to be exactly the same on all four corners because it is live edge. I think it looks kind of strange to have perfect corners on a live edge piece because it kind of takes away from that rustic look. I'm sanding off all these edges and curving the corners, getting all the rest of that remaining bark off. It's going to make everything look so nice and smooth. There's always more sanding to be seen on my videos. I'm going to sand both sides with 80 grit, 120 grit, then 220 grit, and all the way down to 320, so it's soft as a baby's butt. It's really important at this point to clean all the dust off the board with some denatured alcohol. It does raise the grain a little bit. I don't like that part, but not enough to make that much of a difference. Plus, I'll do like a light sand when everything is done. I'm laying down this Cricut transfer paper, and it'll make more sense later, but it's going to make everything a lot easier after I put paint down and pull it up. I won't have to do a bunch of sanding because I don't want to take away so much of my detail from the laser. And rolling out all the little bubbles and everything, making sure I get a good adhesion to the board. Let's see how our picture looks on the board, and it looks good. I now need to find the center so that the home base of my laser can start at the center of the board and it knows where it's at. I don't have to worry about the image coming off the bottom or the top edges. You would think this would be easy, but the live edge makes it just a little bit more difficult. Let's let the laser do its magic. This is when having those edges already set makes it easier because I was able to line up the laser bar with the edges of the wood. And as you can see, my laser started at home in the center, and I'm framing everything out to make sure that I like exactly where it's going to be burned. I did have to make a few final adjustments. Okay, let's get rolling. We're almost done. This thing's been running for like 3 hours, but it's almost done. It looks like everything's worked out well on the board. I did miss the knot, which is what I wanted to do, so yay! No board is complete until it has the Beaver logo. And I'll sand over that just a little bit to get away some of that chalk. Very nice. It's fairly deep. It is cold out here, but I came out to spray some polyacrylic on it just to seal it, so when I spray the black, it doesn't bleed into the wood. And I'll take this inside to dry because it's way too cold. Lots of these. The polyacrylic is dry, so now I'm going to spray some flat matte black. I guess it's just matte black, but it's flat. Don't want to overspray. No petals. The good thing is it's already pretty black. And it's still cold out. Flip it around. It's going to be pretty. And we'll let this dry. Now it's time for the big reveal. Just pulling off all the paper. I had to wait for the paint to get completely dry so I didn't smear any paint anywhere, because our board has already been sanded and completely finished, so it will be done. Okay, the day has come to an end, and as promised, we have a beautiful lasered sign with a gorgeous message on it that my friend Ken Sutton created. He basically wants to portray to his friends and his family that they're always welcome in his home, and while they're there, hopefully they get some rest and experience friendship and love and understanding. And then when they leave, if they ever need to recharge, please come back, because they're just always so giving and warm when you're at their home. I think it turned out wonderful. So if you like this episode, please like and subscribe. And until next time, that worked out not so good.